The next question I want to ask is in terms of social mobility
Mm,
is a problem in our society these days. Like for example, they have this Korean word. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but please if I'm not saying it right, please pardon me. It says 개천에서 Yoninanda means the dragon comes out of the stream. It literally means in English that from you grow from rags to riches. You climb
right.
the ladder, you grow from rags to riches. So, and I was discussing with a Korean friend. He told me that these days the dragon doesn't come out of the sea. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
because there is no more social mobility again in our society. So, and I read an article where they say that 90% of the time, if your parents are rich, there is 90% possibility that you also be rich.
Hmm.
If your parents are from a very low social background, they are all financially on a very low social background, there is 90% that you will be a little above or the same social background as your parents. So this has been a problem for young people to climb the ladder of success. So how can young people use personal development, or how can young people navigate this social problem and climb the ladder of success?
Right. If you're going to be looking, let's take a look just at specific things people can do themselves. One is, and this is going to kind of be a philosophical argument, and some people are going to like it and some people are going to hate it, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think
okay.
I think I mentioned to you before, like, but why is there a ladder?
Wow.
Why do we necessarily equate economic success
Hmm.
as success?
Hmm.
I don't know. Like my father, by
Hmm.
the time he was elderly, had achieved, I would say, very, very much middle class, maybe even upper middle class status as a family,
Hmm.
and that was great. That's success. You know, I mean, for him, coming from the background he had, he really didn't have anything,
Yes.
and so that was really important to him. That was a goal he had. But now, me, as the following generation after this person, I don't really aspire to be in the upper class. Like, I don't want to be wealthy. I don't. That's not a goal I've had in life. I wanted to also maintaining a middle class background was completely fine with me.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, true. I didn't want to go way lower than that. Like, yeah, I didn't want to slip out of that social class really,
Hmm.
but I didn't really aspire to go beyond it because I really felt like this is enough. And I guess that's one thing is the contentment factor
Hmm.
is are people having gratitude for what they already have? Because sometimes what you have, quite frankly, is enough. If you're willing to live that way, if you're
Hmm.
willing to say, this is what I like,
Hmm.
you know, we talked about the idea of like the social down looking upon of people who do construction work
Hmm.
or people who do farming or people who do physical labor. But if that brings you joy, like without farmers, we don't eat. Like they're
Hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
important. Like it's kind of a big job.
Hmm.
But we've sort of attached this weird sort of philosophy to it that's, I don't know, like, is it bringing you joy? Like then just do that, like, and you'll find a way to make enough money to make your life out of it. Now I know some people want that rags to riches story. They
Hmm.
expect, like
Yes.
my father in a way, like he came from really nothing and he built quite
Yes.
a, for him, quite a big thing, and for
Yeah.
me too as part of his family.
Hmm.
And I can see people wanting to do that, but I think when you're moving from like a lower economic status to a middle class status, I don't think it's as I don't think it's unachievable still. I think it's very achievable still. But I think what people are doing is they're looking past that and having a goal that's maybe like, is that your goal? Like, should that be your goal? I think Jeff Bezos has like 100 billion dollars. But why?
Yeah.
Why? Well, what's he gonna get? Like a little trophy at the end? I won capitalism, yay for me! Like, what's he achieving?
Hmm.
Like, I don't see excessive wealth
Hmm.
as necessarily obtaining any kind of a goal other than just keeping somebody else from having that money. Like, on a societal level, I think we need to start questioning what our morals are, what
Hmm.
our values are,
Hmm.
what are we valuing and why. I would like to think if I was in a similar situation, I give a lot of that money away. I don't need it. How many houses can I live in? How many houses do I need? How many cars do I need? How many yachts do I need? I can only use one at a time. I can only live in one building at a time. I can only live and drive one car at a time. I can only use one yacht at a time. I can only fly in one jet at a time.
Yes.
But I hear some of these people have like, they don't have one jet, they have like a fleet. And I'm like, why? What's the purpose of that? It doesn't make any sense. Why have 5 houses? Why, like, that whole situation doesn't make any sense to me. And so when people, I guess that's the thing I want to ask. Is like, the question should be, are you wanting to have social mobility as something that you want to achieve? And then what's that achievement going to be? And I think if it's, I just want to be super rich, then the first thing you should ask yourself is, but why do I want to do that? What good comes from that?
Yes.
Because maybe just having one house and a family that's happy is enough. That's a pretty good goal, in my opinion. I don't see that as being a bad idea. You know, like maybe just start there. Like, what do you want to achieve and why? I have some friends. I think they probably could have done, if we're going to count success that way as money, probably economically could have gotten a lot more money. But at some point, they also said to themselves, but I want to enjoy my family, because they got married, they had kids, and said, wait a minute, you know what? This is good enough. Like, if I can just provide this lifestyle where my kids are happy and I'm happy, that's enough. That's good. That's a lot to achieve in a lifetime.
Wow. That's very interesting, Mr. Bria. You are trying to convert me, really. You are trying to convert me. Yeah.